how often do you guys do these meditation sessions?
Oh, great question. So this Monday evening, I don't know where in the world you are, but for me it's Monday evening. I do this
It's
once a week.
yeah, it's Monday evening for me. I'm
Yeah.
in the United States. Yeah.
Um, so we have a bunch of different teachers and there's a big community. So throughout the week there's about 4 or 5 regular sessions and then a bunch of
Okay.
spontaneous sessions that happen as well. Just outside the door is our Discord, which you can join when they announce the regular ones and the spontaneous ones.
Okay. Too easy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really great to have you here. I was saying
Thank you.
to my friend last night that this community for the last 2 years has been my social life. I've
Yeah.
been on lockdown trying to be
It's
so
beautiful.
respectful and cautious of COVID, and being able to come here and hug people and talk about happiness and positivity, it's just been amazing for me. So, welcome, friends.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you for having.
All right, so I would ask that for the guided meditation, if everyone could mute themselves so that uh, everybody gets to have just the meditation part. And I invite you all to get really comfortable. If you're going to be sitting in a meditation posture, I invite you just to like sway around, roll your shoulders a little bit, and just notice where feels good to settle. I notice Liz's lips stretching. Maybe you want to have a stretch and loosen up your shoulders, loosen up the muscles around your body. And then when you settle, just notice your spine and your neck, and just find a way of lining up that feels good. Like you could just let all the muscles go and your spine would just stay that way. So Crystal, if you could mute your mic would be great.
Yeah, I just did. I'm sorry. I literally just did a second ago. I'm sorry.
Could you mute? Oh, great, excellent. So you might be sitting and you're just in that relaxed posture, and if you're there, I invite you to take a few really deep breaths and feel your lungs expanding and relaxing. But if you've chosen you want to lie down, if it's comfortable for you, I invite you to lie on your back, put your hands by your side, and have your legs out straight. People have often found that neutral pose allows them just to go deeper into deep relaxation. We're going to do a few different kinds of relaxation technique. We're going to do stuff that actually engages the muscles and teaches them to relax. And we're going to do some things with our breath and also some things with our mind. And each one of them will complement each other deeper into the relaxation. So the first thing we're going to do is called a progressive muscle relaxation. This can be really good to teach yourself to just let go. It can also be good if you're feeling achy in your body, because it's going to be kind of intense for a moment. Like we're going to tense up our muscles and then let go to relax. And it teaches each muscle to let go. And yeah, you'll see the power of this progressive muscle relaxation. So I invite everybody just to notice your right hand and turn it into a fist. If you've got the controller in your hand, just think about how can you tense up the muscles. Not just squeezing the fist, but also pulling the fingers open. Just tensing it up. And then take your awareness through and feel different directions you could pull the fingers. And try to just activate all of those different muscles. And you can feel the muscles on the back of the palm of your hand and inside the palm of your hand. And then just make it all a little more tense. Activate it more. Some of you will notice your hands starting to get warm. Your muscles are literally burning energy to make this activation. Just scan through, you might notice, oh, this part's not very active. Try and activate that part. Be aware, just make sure you're like kind to your hand, you're not going to tense it too much. But yeah, just explore, activating every part of the hand. We'll have 2 more deep breaths while you keep tensing. And for the last breath, tense even more. Hold every bit of the hand tense. Deep breath in, fill up your lungs. And then let the hand relax, breathe out, and just feel what it's like to let go. Some of you would have noticed relaxation just flooding into the hand. Some of you noticed it was like this gentle letting go. Some of you may have noticed your fingers were still curled up even when you let go. If that's the case, I invite you to just actively unroll them. And maybe you notice your hand's still warm or that it feels good. If you tense so much that there's a little bit of an ache, as we keep doing this, just be aware not to tense things that hard. You want each part to feel nice, warm, that it's been activated and then it learned to let go. And you'll find as we do this across your whole body, many people find it's the most amazing feeling they've ever felt in their body. It's such a simple technique, but as you make your whole self into this warmth and into goodness, it's some amazing feeling. So we're going to move through to the next part of our body, which will be our left hand. And so I invite you to tense up your left hand. Maybe curl the fingers. Feel the muscles in the palms of your hand, tense them up. We can close the fingers and the hand, and we can also pull them open. Try and do both of them at the same time. You can also squeeze the fingers together and pull the fingers apart. Do both of them at the same time. You can find some other muscles in the palm of your hand. Just activate them. It's pretty amazing once you look closely with your awareness. All the different muscles and angles and things you can find in your hand. Just activating every muscle you can find. Holding it, feeling that warmth. Maybe you're feeling some tension. It's alright, just activating it all. Tense it all a little harder. Sometimes when people think of this as like relaxation, like we're noticing tension, because then afterwards we're going to notice the opposite tension. So tense it all a little harder. We'll have 2 big breaths as you're tensing basically as hard as you can. Find the parts that should tense more. Get every part of it activated. 1 more deep breath. And then let go. Enjoy the feeling of the hand letting go. If your eyes are still open, I invite you now to close your eyes. And just let your awareness feel both of the hands. Enjoying, maybe they both feel warm, maybe they both feel heavy, maybe they both feel like they've really just let go and are at peace. So then take another really deep breath, fill up your lungs, hold in the breath. Remember you had your hands tense, and then you let go. So when you breathe out, imagine letting go again, going even deeper into relaxation. And you can start to imagine whatever nice feeling got in the hands, what it's going to feel like when your whole body is warm and relaxed and soothed. So we've just done this deep relaxation technique on both the hands, just getting started with the feeling. So now we're going to take it into our arm. So I invite you to turn both the hands into a fist. Clench up all the muscles in the hand, and then also clench up both arms. The forearms, there's the muscles that would bend your hands back, and there's the muscles that would fold the hands in. Tense them up. There's the muscles that would twist the hands in one direction or the other. There's also the upper arms. The muscles there would bend the arms, straighten the arms, and twist them. Just feel yourself activate everything. As I do that, I also notice my chest muscles, but really just focus on the arms. Tense them up as much as you can. There's some different muscles and stabilizers in the elbows. Find them, activate them. You can imagine you're like a bodybuilder. Just really activating every muscle in the arms. Take a deep breath in, fill up your lungs, hold it in, tense them even harder. Tense the hands a little harder. And then enjoy just letting go. Take a few more deep, peaceful breaths. And just decide to let the mind relax. Like this is just a journey into how peaceful, how relaxed you could be. If you've never been into deep meditation or altered hypnotic states, you could imagine that you're perhaps about to experience states of consciousness that are completely different. Just letting your mind just be immersed in the relaxing feelings in the arms. These good feelings are just going to carry you away, transform your consciousness into spaciousness and power and peace. Take another really deep breath and just feel whatever nice feelings you find in your arm. So next we're going to take the relaxation down through our feet and our ankles and our legs. So feel your toes. Start to squeeze up the toes. Then feel the muscles at the top of the feet and activate them. And the soles of the feet. Then think of all the ways that you could rotate and twist the feet. Move them all at once. Then tense up the calves and the muscles that would pull the feet up. They would pull the feet down. Feel into your knees, all the stabilizers, all the twisters. Activate them all. And then your thighs, like you're running up a mountain. Just activate all the muscles in your legs, all this power, all this warmth. You're going to hold it for a while and just feel the warmth, the comfort, the soothing feeling of really activating the muscles. Hold them harder. Scan through again, find which muscles you could activate more. Feel into the little sensations throughout your legs. Learn to feel the greater control and awareness of your legs. Tense them even more. Feel into your toes and your feet. What muscles could you squeeze and activate in different directions? Feel the muscles in your legs and squeeze them up. Squeezing everything from your hips to the toes. Activate every muscle. Take a deep breath in, fill up your lungs and tense as hard as you can. And breathe out slowly and let the muscles relax completely. Each time you breathe out, imagine your legs relaxing even more. You may feel like you just want to drift off to sleep or into a dream, where you're just really going deeper into peace. Maybe some parts of you are feeling deep relaxation, but other parts will just slowly drift into that. So notice the nice feelings in your legs, and in your arms. And also there's the good thought that you're learning to have more and more good feelings in your body. Not just for now, but your body's learning to feel good, to feel more at peace. So next we're going to take it through our core. So you can feel your hips. Squeeze your butt muscle. Find any muscles through your hips. And feel the muscles around your abs. Everything around your stomach. The sides of your stomach, the oblique muscles. Tense up the muscles in your lower back. Feel that center core just being really strong as you activate it. And you find the different layers of the abs, up and down the front, up and down the back muscles. And then you can tense up the chest, and you can tense up the upper back, pulling the shoulder blades down and back, pulling the shoulders forward at the same time. Tense up the chest, then feel into the neck, or the tops of the shoulders. Tense up all through the shoulders. Tense up the chest, tense up the abs, tense up the back, tense up your hips, your bottom, everything, just all through your core, it's just solid. Probably noticing that makes you really warm really quickly. It's maybe really soothing inner warmth. Tense it harder. Maybe you notice the breathing's a bit constricted, so intentionally take a really deep breath and tense even harder. Hold the tension. Just gonna really try to exhaust the muscle. One more deep breath and tense even harder. Tense everywhere, notice all through your back. And then let it all relax. Your whole core is letting go. And as your body lets go, your feelings warm, letting go. Your mind, letting go. Peaceful, soothe, tranquility. And many people find that the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you go. So feeling the nice feelings through your core, through your arm, and through your leg, through your feet, through your hands, covered most of the body. And then bring your awareness up through into your neck, your head, and your face. Your mind, your brain, probably where your consciousness feels like it is. And so we're going to tense up the neck and the face. So we can start by just squeezing your nose. Squeeze your eyes closed tighter. Feel the muscles around your mouth. Squeeze them. Maybe first it's like sour lip. But then also activate the muscles that would be smiling as big as you can. And then activate the muscles that would be laughing as intensely as you ever have. And feel your eyes, they're squeezed closed, but at the same time the eyebrows go up and they're like as excited as possible. Some of you can stretch your ears up, just pull them back. Just activate all the muscles across your face. And then you might notice also the muscles on the top of your head. Yeah, there's things there that can do things, activate them. And then the muscles at the back of the head. Maybe you don't find the muscles straight away, but you just feel the back of the head and the thought of activation feels something. And then feel the back of the neck. And you can feel into the muscles through your neck, and you can start to activate and tense up your neck, around the sides of your neck, front of your neck, where the neck connects with the shoulders. You activate all of them. Then you might have noticed your face relaxed a little bit, so activate that again. Just tense up the whole of the head, the neck, the face, the ears, everything. And your face can be stretched in a whole bunch of other ways, so activate all of them as well. Just explore every kind of feeling and you can put on your face. Take a really deep breath in, fill up your face, fill up your lungs. Tense everything even harder. And then let go. Imagine a look of perfect peace across your face. The neck's relaxing. The ears relaxing. The head relaxing. And just enjoying whatever nice feelings there are across your body. Maybe you notice your mood or your mind feels really warm, soothed. And each breath you take, just imagine feeling even more peace. Imagine feeling even more calm. We're going to do one last full body tense. This will be the last of the tensing. And then we'll just let go totally into warmth and even deeper relaxation. Before we do that, just notice whatever way your body's relaxed. The nicest feelings, the parts that feel the heaviest or the most letting go. Imagine if you felt 100 times more relaxed. But take a deep breath in. And we're going to tense up our whole body. So you can tense up the fingers. Pull them in every direction all at once. Tense up the palms of the hands, and the backs of the hands, and the wrists, and the forearms, and the elbows. Tense up the upper arms, and the shoulders. Pull them up and back and down and forward all at once. The muscles along the top of your shoulders. Your upper back and your chest, activate it. Activate your abs and your obliques and your lower back. Feel your butt muscles, activate them. Feel your thighs, activate them. Your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet, your toes. Squeeze up everything in the feet, everything in the legs. Scan through and get every muscle in the legs activated. What about the ways you could twist the legs? Maybe you don't use them very much. Activate them both directions at once. Activate the hips some more. Activate your core some more. Your lower back, upper back, your chest, shoulder blades, your shoulders, your neck, your face, your head. Now activate your whole body at once. Imagine everything tensing up. Your head, your face, the back of the head, the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the chest, the core, the abs, the hips, the legs, the feet. Tense everything. I'm just going to hold it for a moment and just enjoy this power, this strength you've got all over warmth. Take a deep breath in, fill up the lungs, tense everything even harder, and then just completely let go. Everything. And each breath you take, just imagine letting go more. Letting go more. And letting go more. There's so many beautiful feelings in your body and in your consciousness. You can find better and better feelings the deeper you go into meditation. There are life-changing positive feelings inside yourself. They are beautiful. They are amazing. There's deep peace, spacious heart. There's good feelings that are bigger than anything else. So the good feeling will just be able to overtake anything. Just letting yourself open up and go deeper into the nice feeling. Calm in the body, calm in the mind, calm in yourself. You can relax into deep peace. You have beautiful tranquility inside yourself. You might want to just go deeper into that peace, into the nice thing. Or you might want to start to imagine just feeling tranquil and calm in the different parts of your life. Just take this peaceful feeling and imagine just feeling good everywhere you go, everything you do. You can stay in the meditation and in the relaxation. That was the progressive muscle relaxation. Moving the relaxation physically through the body with some positive suggestions of deep calm to take the body and the mind into feeling. And the longer you spend in deep peace, the more your body remembers it. The longer you spend in deep calm, the more your feelings remember it. The more your thoughts become it. Just dwell in the peace. Or even each breath, create an even deep, more enlightened. Just enjoying the calm. There's so many things you can do here. You could imagine what it would feel like if your whole body just disappeared and you became pure bliss, pure tranquility. Or you could imagine, wow, I'm training myself to have deep peace, the core of who I am. Can you imagine every part of you either just soaking up that peace, or if there's any place that doesn't just soak it up, you imagine that part tensing up and then letting go. The peace just moving through layers and layers. Your whole core, your whole being becomes this empowered, spacious. And maybe you're at the point where you're going to be practicing feelings. Perhaps you'd like to put in a little joy or a little compassion or gratitude. You're just enjoying these good feelings and mixing in other good feelings. You just feel yourself becoming equanimity, becoming peace, loving kindness, joy. Take some deep breath. Let those good flow become you.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Imagine being able to just feel peace. No matter what happens, your every reaction to everything. Empowered, calm, beautiful, chosen, present. And next we're going to reflect upon the meditation. If you did this progressive muscle exercise, you could do it, put yourself off to sleep really nice. You could do it before a meditation, maybe a little faster to take yourself into the meditation. You could imagine the kind of sleep you could have if you did that before going to sleep every night for a few months. How deep and good it would feel. Or you could reflect upon the nice feelings you've been experiencing. The peace, the calm, the inner tranquility. And just imagine bringing this peace into each meditation. Or when you think about yourself from now on, choosing that you think that you're poor are these beautiful feelings. Perhaps you could be a little excited or inspired that you've only just scratched the surface of how amazing feelings are within you. Wanting to explore even greater bliss, ability, this beautiful joy and kindness. Maybe you want to conceptualize the power of how amazing these intentional positive feelings could be, and how much bigger or more powerful they could be than anything else. You could think of what seemed like the strongest, not good feelings, and imagine creating positive feelings that are at least 10 times as big. And what that would be like for those epically beautiful feelings that just wash away the other. Perhaps rather than 10 times as big, you could imagine 1,000,000,000 times. For all the bliss that's every. Or a perfect peace. It's just peace. So unshakable. That peace just washes away everything else. Gives freedom. And just notice that whatever you're thinking about or imagining, right now you're being a mind artist. You're redecorating your inner world. You're writing your script for yourself. You're taking old brain programs and creating your best. Well, your best will just keep getting better and better. You are creating yourself with all the good that you can imagine. And you're going to get better and better at noticing your thoughts and creating your thoughts. You're going to get better and better at making beautiful feelings and then just weaving those feelings into you. You're amazing. Your mind is amazing. Your consciousness is amazing. There's so many beautiful feelings inside you. You're so special. You're so precious. The calm that you've made today is going to make other people feel calm. It's such a beautiful thing. The kindness and the warmth that you cultivate, you're going to make people feel more loved. You're going to change their day. You're maybe going to change their life. Just let yourself really appreciate how precious and beautiful these good feelings are. And like a beautiful little flower, it's this little seed that you've just begun. It's going to become an epic garden. You're amazing. You're brilliant. You're good. You're precious. You are loved. You are cherished. Thank you for taking the time to give yourself the gift of beautiful peace. Thank you that you'll give that gift out into the universe. Each person you see and each thing that you do. And any part of you that felt kindness or compassion, I honor that and respect that and love that. Take these beautiful feelings, make it a gift that you give as much as you possibly can. Give yourself a gift every day. Have more gifts, give others. So for the last part of the meditation, just reflect back on the meditation. What was the process of the progressive muscle relaxation? It might have started just as something simple, but as you got through the whole body, how good it. And we mixed in focusing on calm, ideas of peace. How beautiful. And you could guide that for you. And just like when we relaxed the whole body, how much better it became. Imagine when your whole consciousness has meditated. How beautiful your whole body. Every little bit of positivity that you cultivated, the peace that your body learned, inner tranquility that you have become. Breathe into that. And imagine how you'll carry this practice forward. Anything you'd like to bring to your meditation, any ways that you'd like to guide how you feel, how your consciousness flows, any feelings you want to remember as you sit to meditate. And so now you can notice your body, notice your toes and your feet. And they feel good, but they're starting to come back from the meditation. You focus the legs, feel the hips, feel your core as you take a deep breath. Feel your arms, your fingers. Take a deep breath and feel the nice feeling coming back up through the arms. And feel the neck and the head and your mind, where your consciousness is sitting. Remember you're sitting in a temple. Feel the people around you. Imagine if they were actually sitting around you, just nearby. How much love or peace or calm you'd feel for them. And then imagine we're crisscrossed across the world. The peace and love and positive feelings you have for each other beaming around the planet. And then notice the muscles at the edge of your mouth. The ones right on the side. And just stretch them out a little further towards the ears. Stretch them up a little. Think what a really nice smile feels like. Take a few deep, smiling breaths. I'm going to bring my hand to my heart as I think of every beautiful feeling that you had just experienced. As I think of all the positive potential that you'll carry through your life, every good idea you have, every hope that you, every positive influence you have. And when we open our eyes in the meditation and I bow, I want you to receive that love, to know that amazingness within you, to feel honored, to feel special. Whether you're brand new here, excited, or whether you've been with us for a long time, know that you're loved and cherished. Every one of you. So much beauty, peace, bliss within. Feel that goodness in yourself. Honor it, cherish it, love it. Know that you are loved, cared for. And if your eyes are still closed, if you are still in relaxation, let's all take an energizing breath.
I don't mean to alarm everybody, but it seems that our instructor has crashed.
I was wondering what happened.
It happens from time to time and we usually rejoin soon after.
I think he's coming back. Yes, there he is.
So for the last moment of this meditation, I just invite everyone to bring their hands to their heart. Think of every part of you that is peace, is kindness. Every part of you that could be wisdom, could be help to others.
Harbor Stream, can you mute?
yourself a bow. Honor and cherish the goodness of you. And then I invite everyone to stand up, and we're going to just form a circle. And for those of us who are here, just look around and imagine seeing the enlightened being in every one of the people here. The peace that you felt, imagine even more profound peace in everybody. Imagine as they practice kindness, cultivating awesome states, how good they get at it. And so I invite you all to bring your heart, hands to your heart, and we're just going to give a bow to everyone here. Love them, honor them, cherish. And then think of yourself, whether it's cultivating this beautiful peace and calm for you, or whether it's how you'll help others. Perhaps this amazing feeling, excited to explore, or enlightening shifts in consciousness. And so we're all going to bow to each other again, but this time I want you to focus on receiving the bow. The people that honor and respect you, the goodness within. Keep down in the bow. Feel yourself receiving the goodness. Feel yourself giving the goodness. Receiving all the goodness. And then as you come back up, let's have a look at this dude here. A couple thousand years ago, he meditated for a few years and had some insight that impacted hundreds of people around him. And for a few thousand years, that's gone and impacted billions of people. Then I want you to think of yourself. That maybe some nice feeling you made today, you could share with someone, and that could change their life. 50 years of greater peace. Some shift in how they think could change their whole circle of friends for greater joy or ease. And maybe for thousands of years, the goodness that you cultivate will just keep spreading, helping. I honor you. I cherish. I think you're. So we're going to grab a cushion again. We'll just have a minute just to internalize, soak it up, think about it. And then if anyone has anything they want to share or ask, we're going to move into the discussion part of the night. So something I thought as I was talking about this dude who meditated for a couple of years. I hope many of you found that 40 minutes of deep peace meditation was really good. It was 40 minutes. So I hope you can also imagine what a couple of years of that would be. And just getting better and deeper and more powerful and more all-encompassing. I think. I know you're amazing. Inside everyone have found goodness if we give it the focus, love, and the time. Okay, so now I'd love to hear whatever you would like. If you perhaps want to share something from the meditation, perhaps you want to ask something. Just opening it up to all of you. Lanak?
Yes, I've been doing this progressive muscle relaxation many times over the years, and I found that it always activates my body and my mind more than relaxing. And I can do that for a long time and never get relaxed, but I find it useful for activation.
Can you tell us what you mean by activation?
Oh, I just feel more active, more aware. My brain is going in all directions, and yeah, it's like getting active in the morning or something like that.
Uh-huh. So maybe some similar word be like invigorating and energized?
Yeah, and more focus, but definitely
Ah,
not relaxing.
cool. There are other relaxation techniques, some with breathing, some with imagining you're in a forest or on a beach,
Yeah, that
some
would
with
probably be better because
okay.
I associate that with the blood activation. It just feels like I'm getting ready to do something and not relaxing.
Well, I hope from tonight's session, when I was talking about inner peace and any positivity, I hope the focus that the physical exercise did, combined with those positive suggestions, I hope that was a nice experience for you.
My brain was going in all directions, so I wasn't. I said that it was like focus, but more focus in a sense of doing something. My brain was more thinking of a lot of things that I should be doing or going in all kind of directions. Unfortunate.
Um, I have I would like to ask of the moments that were nice. I'm assuming there were some. Could you describe some of them for us?
As I was saying, that was nice to feel aware and focused, while most of the time in the day-to-day life, it's more stormy and a lot of different things. I just had this clarity, but it was not focused on the on listening, but more going in all directions like I'm used to. That's why I wanted to restart doing meditation to have more control over that.
Hmm. Well, I'd like to reiterate to you that if after meditation you talk about and think about the ways that it was distracted or all over the place, then actually let me reiterate. If when you remember the meditation and think about the meditation, if you focus on the clarity and you remember the moments of peace or you remember the moments of calm, Doesn't matter what fraction of the meditation was that, but if you focus on that, you will get more of that.
I will try.
You might have noticed, I just said to you, hey, can you tell us the best bits? I invite you to just ask yourself that question, so that when you think of meditation, you remember, it feels good. So then when your subconscious is guiding your meditation, it's remembering, yeah, feeling peaceful, feeling good. Think of it as like programming your brain for what is meditation for you. You construct and remember that, and you create it. For everybody else, I hope some of you were in really deep peace. I know my body felt like it was floating away, and I don't know, maybe you guys heard the little tear of bliss in my voice. So I was hoping some of you had some of those really nice, deep, peaceful feelings. And I was also hoping that when you meditate in the future, you'll remember those feelings and guide yourself into that deep peace. And Lanak, even if other stuff was happening, I'm sure there were some parts of you that were having that. And so my wish is for you to just have more and more of that. To the person at the door, you're welcome to come in. We've just finished a deep relaxation meditation, and we've opened it up to discussions, questions. People can share beautiful feelings they had. People can ask questions. Open to everybody. And welcome. Great to have you here. Lizard Lips?
Neon, yeah, are you aware that you are losing connection quite badly right now? I'm only getting every other word from you.
I am not. At the end of the
Yeah, I was
meditation,
I'm able to hear his words just fine, though.
Oh, so at the end of
Yeah,
the
I can hear
meditation,
you
I
fine.
cut out and had to quit VR chat and come back. I'm sorry that if it's not so great now. I'll try
Interesting,
to
so I guess
speak a
certain
little slower.
people can experience that.
Thanks for pointing that out. I'll do what I can. Would anyone else? Krista Woods?
Sadly, I had to leave for a while, but what was some of the you mentioned the subconscious. Oh no, what were some of the implementations? Sorry, I can't think of words right now. Some stuff happened a bit ago. That's the reason I was gone a bit ago. Oh no, have you talked about anything about the subconscious and how it just implements into meditation? Which word right now?
Sometimes I mention it. We haven't really done a whole class looking at that topic. But the way I like to think of it is, I think, more simple than a lot of times I hear people talk about it.
It really it
the way I think about it is that right now while I'm talking, I consciously am thinking about the ideas I want to share, but there's some part of me that's remembering the words and that's controlling my vocal cords, and I'm not consciously doing that. I can consciously change my voice. I can put my consciousness onto anything. But our consciousness, it's limited. How much can you think about at a time, or how much can you focus on? And so the rest of my mind can fill in all the other gaps. And often that's really amazing. It walks for me, it dances for me. It remembers all the peace and love I've cultivated and tries to carry that into the meditation.
That's the beauty of the subconscious, is it fills in those conscious gaps where the conscious mind can't grab that symbolism and that seemingly illogical part of symbolism. I don't know, the conscious part of the mind just has a beautiful way of interpretation.
So when I think of the subconscious, I don't think of symbolism. To me, that's an extra layer that's just
yeah.
detached. But one thing that I do love about it is my subconscious is not always helpful. The subconscious could be the habit of thinking my mind races around. Or it could be, I don't know, everyone can think of someone out there who has some habit that doesn't feel good or doesn't help them. And their subconscious just follows that pattern. But what is amazing is just like consciously, I noticed my vocal cords and could change it. Or consciously, we practiced relaxing more. And I hope that you've now learned to relax more. Your body and your subconscious has learned deeper relaxation. We can consciously go in and retrain ourselves, transform our subconscious so that we're automatically happier, more peaceful, or whatever it is that you choose you want to practice.
Yeah.
Crystal Woods, was there some other question or some part of what you wanted to share? Sorry, I mean you inspired that thought in me, but I want to make sure I really hear you.
Let's see. Yeah, the subconscious, that could really create it, like, that's usually the source of habits. Consciously, what do you think, the conscious part of the mind has to do with influencing, those subconscious habits, even though the subconscious usually just, like, fixates those habits within itself? Like, what do you think are the conscious, implications of habits?
It sounds like you're thinking about the conscious mind and subconscious mind differently to how
I know
think about them.
It's more like one unit. It's kind of like a push and pull, but in between that push and pull is the force. That potential energy. I don't know. I'm sorry. Some tragic shit happened earlier. I can't really think that literally. But
how about rather than these questions, if something tragic happened for you today, let's just focus on, for you right now,
I need to work on
that
Yeah.
you can find some peace and you can find some strength. And if the tragic stuff affects anybody else, that you can be there for them in a way that makes you feel stronger and helps you deal with it all better. I hope the relaxation, you felt some calm in the body and in the mind, and I hope you can remember that feeling as you go to whatever you're going to have to do now or whoever you're going to have to talk to.
Yeah, but I did sadly, like, it was like 5 minutes or so into the meditation, I already had I got a call and, just some things happened, but, yeah, I appreciate that insight, I'm glad that, everyone else heard, that insight. I hope every one of y'all guys are able to implement and integrate a lot of things into your life with the mind and body and
Hey guys,
soul.
can we all just stop for a moment? And I want everyone to look at Crystal Woods and take a few breaths and just feel love for him. Feel peace. And Crystal Woods, I want you to breathe slowly and deeply and feel love. Feel strength within yourself. Every person you look at, imagine a different kind of peace they wish for you. Different tone of a different quality of kindness. There's such amazing strength inside yourself, and we wish it for you. We want you to find it. Can I give you a hug? Would you be happy if you got a group hug?
Yeah. Great.
Anyone who'd like to come in for a group hug, let's do it.
It always helps to have somebody else offering their support.
I made the shit avatar for. Yeah. Thanks, y'all.
No problem.
Thank you.
Much meta and support. Much meta and support.
Thank you.
Should we shower him in love? Come on, everybody.
I don't know how to work. I don't know how to work those controls without my VR headset.
How do you get to the emojis without the VR headset? Anyone?
Here, I can
Spacebar,
explain
maybe?
it. Gotta get it.
Don't worry, just receive the
Oh,
love,
without the
Crystal.
VR headset.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
the
receive the
love's
love.
going on, regardless.
The power of love.
Wow, this is actually really nice. A shower of love hearts.
Heck yeah. See, that
And pineapples.
that made my day.
And pineapples. There we go, it's complete.
Pineapples. The tiniest apples. Some carbs. Ooh, candy. Some Jolly Ranchers. God, I got a penny battery in my truck. Yo, y'all, I really appreciate it. This is so wholesome. I really appreciate that. My God. It's my batteries. Aw.
Hey, I just want to point out how precious it is to spend time contemplating peace. You know, it's nice for us, but throughout everybody's life, there are moments, there are tragic things happen or trickier things, and the more the world is filled up with strength and love, the more special it is for all of these moments. Like the thing that we all just did, it's more precious than we realize. And Crystal Woods, I think I heard some real joy and feeling loved and cared for in your voice. So I hope as a community we gave that to you. And to me that makes me cherish that we get to share this together.
Man. Yeah, I'm gonna take a small drink in communion, even though alcohol is a distiller of the spirit, you know. This is more so too. Also my ancestral spirits I've been working with.
As long as you're mindful, that's what matters, and you're doing it right.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to do more meta meditation. You know, like loving kindness.
Alright, so my suggestion is that we finish with a love and kindness meditation. I want to just open it up if there's any more questions or comments from what we just did, for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Then we'll
Well,
do a
I
quick
do need to
love
grab
and
a
kindness
battery. And,
Yeah, you do that. Everyone else grab a
tell
cushion.
somebody something real quick. It'll be like 5 seconds.
Right. Professor
I was gonna
Awesome, do you
say-
have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say I really appreciate it. I've been I've been meditating for a while now, and I used to be like a Baptist Christian, but I ended up just kind of disregarding not the entire religion, but majority of it. Became non-denominational. Started, fixing or I guess rewriting my ways, and I took a little bit of every religion and meditation, like Buddhism, and that's one of my favorite things to do, because I can just relax and knock on the sky and be able to you know, I, I don't know, just feel easier about myself. And the meditation and the exercise that we did today with tightening the muscles and letting everything relax was extremely helpful for me with I like have a lot of anger issues. I was in the military and you know a lot of stuff happened and I've always been very angry and you know that was most of my life as I always seemed happy but you know my main emotions were either depression or anger and you know it helped me realize you know when I'm angry I always tense up my muscles and I feel you know just my whole body aches and is terrible but you know after releasing that you know and doing that exercise it really helped me relax and you know and think of how good it is to although if I were to get angry just think about those feelings that you know of letting go of those muscles and how peaceful it feels. But yeah that's about it for me.
So
Just
much
being able to
I could
watch the
say.
mind is handy.
Crystal Woods asked for a compassion meditation, and I also used to be very angry, and compassion meditation really helped me transform that. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. And I also wanted to say, you were saying about the tensing up and the letting go. I hope consciously you can notice it and remember it, and I also hope that your body has learned that feeling of letting go. So next time you tense up, it kind of just triggers that inner peace for you. You might want to also complement it with thinking about what would be the awesome way for you. So if something's going on, there's some conversation with somebody, instead of anger, do you want to just peace? Or do you want to be like intellectually convincing? Or do you want to be super loving? Like if you think of what you want to move into instead, as your body lets go, you then get to bring out your chosen superpower.
Yeah, I understand that. Thank you for that.
You mentioned the faith you grew up in.
Yeah.
I try to avoid faiths these days. I found that often just the beliefs got more in the way of the fanciful beliefs got in the way of the actual things that the religions were supposed to be about.
Yeah, that's why I got away from the Baptist religion and
but there
just
is one
mixed in
thing
all
I
the
really
good.
liked. Yeshua said that it's a straight and narrow path to heaven. And in meditative practices, there's this idea to bring positive intention, your words, to your actions, your thoughts, and what you practice every day. And they describe each one of those as a path. There's eight parts to the path. There's one path, 8 folds to the path. And I imagine a world where everybody was actively being conscious about those 8 parts of their life. And it would be heaven on it. So I think it's not just some mystical thing. It's a very real thing that we can make the world beautiful by following the path.
Hey, lay down. Lay down.
Hey, little puppy.
Sorry, my dog. Yeah.
Hey, little puppy.
He was scratching himself and he was hitting the floor with his with his leg. You're so noisy.
Oh.
Quiet.
All right. I think we have time for one more comment or question. Then we're going to do a compassion meditation. Crystal?
I just want to say this real quick thing about faith. But with faith, aren't shouldn't we have faith, like say in our practice? You know, like because you know, belief and faith are two different things. You know, like so you believe your meditation practice will work, yeah, but but like, don't you think you should have the faith part also? Like, not in a deity, but just like faith in general that something will happen. Because say you're getting no results from your practice, even if you believe it, shouldn't faith be a tool, like, for that type of thing?
That's a very good point. This is an issue with words. You know, what I actually
Yeah,
meant was,
exactly. Language is so hard.
yeah,
It's all
I mean, we
twisted.
could
I get
be
you.
more careful to make each word have one meaning, but we've mixed words up with lots of meanings. So I meant,
One
I
picture
generally
speaks
try to
1,000
focus
words.
on being, focus on the stuff that's real. Like, one person might believe that thing, and one person might believe that thing. And if they believe totally different things, like, I don't really want to talk about it. I want to talk about kindness and awareness and how to live well. And as for your question about having faith in practices, I almost want to agree completely. So, yes, when you sit to meditate, if you envisage peace, you're much more likely to go into peace than if you envisage something else. And when there's times where stuff's harder, if you remember that it will get to a result, that can be motivating. Absolutely. And if you envisage enlightenment or heaven on earth, and you sit with that intention, you're going to cultivate more beautiful things than if you're thinking, oh, this might help me chill out a little bit. But also, there are practices that aren't as good as other practices. So we shouldn't just have faith with whatever we've chosen. I think we should always be like a little bit skeptical, a little
With our
bit exploratory.
intuition. Yeah, with our
Learning from different places, trying to find. I guess I'm thinking of a lot of meditators I've found, and the thing they've been doing for 10 years is not really helping them. And there are some practices that in a few months will wildly change your life. So I guess I hope that people are excited to find the stuff that's awesome.
Yeah, you definitely gotta
And
look at a whole bunch of traditions.
I hope people have noticed in the ways that I share different techniques is I try to emphasize what I think is the most effective part of the different practices. Because for me, results are what matter. It is how kind we can get. It is how peaceful we can get. It is how aware we can get that matters. I don't want someone sitting cross-legged for 20 years. That's a waste of their life. I want a world which is full of love and joy and awesome.
That's...
Yeah. All right. One last question or comment, and then we're going to love and kindness meditate.
Actually, I'll interject one comment on that.
Please, please.
Something I thought was rather interesting and helpful from the temple I often go to in real life. The monk Ajahn Kemasanto was commenting on in Buddhism that they have what's called educated faith, as opposed to, say, blind faith. And educated faith comes from practicing something where you're investigating things and you're finding out what works and you're practicing them and seeing what works. And the more it works, the more you see it working, the more you can build up some sort of faith, even though the faith is never required. What matters is, does it work for you? And eventually you sort of build that up.
Yeah. Faith, not blind faith. Exactly.
Exactly.
Or else you'll just be stuck in cognitive dissonance. And well, there's one other thing I was going to add on to that, but yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty handy.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that.
One thing to be careful about that is I spent time in some religious groups where they would start by saying something similar, do the practice, see that it works, and then know that what we're saying is true. And they would chant something, and the chant was kind of soothing, and there was some lessons about living healthily and being compassionate. And when people would chant, they would find themselves becoming more compassionate and being more healthy. And then they would say, And then that applies that there's this magical being in the universe that you'll meet one day, and you'll reincarnate into heaven, blah blah blah. And yeah, so I'd be careful that the educated faith, you look closely. I know this bit works in this way, and not just letting yourself then take on the whole package that someone's trying to sell you. I asked them
Through like
okay,
a leap of logic, yeah.
Yeah, there's hundreds of them in this group, and I was like, have any of you experienced this thing you're promising, or any of you have you met this being you're talking about that you say we will meet? And none of them had. And I was like, oh well, have any of the gurus that you talk about, the world leaders of the movement? And they're like, oh no, none of us have, but you all believe that it will. So anyway, that was just like one group of the hundreds of groups that I hung out with. That yeah, so I think being careful to look at like which bits actually work, and they're the bits I'll learn.
Yeah, or as the Buddha would say, directly observable to work in the here and now by the wise.
You know, I noticed that you always say such practical, effective quotes from Buddha. It's really great, Solarpunk. The way you approach it and the stuff you learned is so good. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It wasn't easy to find them at
it's
first.
Like the songs
but yes.
in a Buddha. I like that.
Yeah, well, I found advice from, I guess, and even simple stuff like, do not associate with fools, and if you're holding a burning stick, let go of it. Just a simple concepts.
Oh, I like that
I found
one.
very.
I like that one. I love.
That's actually pretty profound.
I
You
haven't
think
heard
of
that one
all
in
the
a
burning
while.
sticks that people hold on to, whether it's anger
Yeah.
or like habits that don't help them, or groups they're involved in. There's so many burning sticks that are like things in our life that people are attached to that don't help. That if people were just like, hey, I'm going to let go of that, just try something else for a while, or maybe even their subconscious has this habit, what would it be like to just let go of that and just for a while, like approach things differently? It's a pretty amazing metaphor that I hope we can all remember often. Okay, I have one thought I want to share before we dive into the compassion meditation. Last week, I was talking about the power of practice and how I spent an hour practicing this one trick at soccer. How do I roll the ball around my foot so that I can tell it where to go? Rather than just kicking, what is it to move the ball with my foot? And after that hour, I really had this extra control. And I asked Larnat, hey, what did you find from this session? What was the most challenging bit? And he's like, 1 hour of practice and you became a soccer star. What about those of us who aren't soccer stars? And I was like, oh, wow, I really didn't mean to imply that I became a soccer star with that 1 hour practice. It's just this one particular thing that I leveled up on. And I wanted to clarify that for anyone else who was maybe thinking the same thing. But also to emphasize, I hope when you think about your mind or your life, try to think what are specific things that if you were to level up on that thing would be the most helpful. And perhaps that thing you want to level up on is when you start to feel a feeling that's not helpful, boom, I'm going to stop. Hands in the air, take a breath, give myself a hug. Or perhaps the thing you want to level up on is being confident talking to a group, or being peaceful when you talk to your mum, or I don't know, there's millions of different things you could level up on. So I invite you to really think, if I was going to practice some feeling, some habit, some mindset that'd be really helpful, and put your intention, put your focus on things that will be really helpful. And yeah, foot control with the ball is really helpful in soccer. So I hope as you approach your life, you think of things that will be super helpful with control of your mind and of yourself. I love you, Lana. I hope that was helpful. All right, so now we're going to do a compassion meditation, and then I have to wrap up. Can I see a wave? Who has done some compassion meditation before? Great. So I read about compassion meditation when I just started doing some hypnosis, and I just started doing some breathing meditation to concentrate and still the mind. And I was a very angry person, but I was seeing that we can change ourselves. We can retrain different things. And the way it was presented to me is you can cultivate kindness. And in my mind, I was in a world where everything was angry. And people were rude and mean, and I imagined that world, and then I compared it to a world where everyone was caring, everyone was kind, everyone wanted to help each other. And I was like, hey, if I'm going to practice either one or somewhere on the spectrum, what I want to practice, or what's the world I want to move into, and boom, that's where I wanted to go. And the compassion meditation that I first learned, and that I still do some variation of, was you start where it's easy. You think of someone where it's easy to love them. I started with my mum. You might have a best friend or another family member, and you just let yourself feel that, and you grow that feeling in your mind. Just like we went deeper into the relaxation, you go deeper into the caring. And then every day you grow that until you're feeling great about all your friends and family. And then you think about it for acquaintances. And then you think about it, or you feel it, and you become it, and you make it more and more beautiful every day till you're feeling it for the wider world. And maybe you've had people who've hurt you. And you could get to the point where the kindness and wishing well is so profound that when you think of them, the love just wins. And for me, that was life-changing, self-transforming. So I'm going to guide a compassion meditation with that intention, but it'll just be just this snippet, this little intro. So I invite everybody to get comfortable. And close the eyes. Take a couple of strong deep breaths just to catch your mind, catch your attention. Maybe jiggle your shoulders and hands like, hey brain, look, I'm here in meditation now. And let the body settle and let the mind just really be here with you. Okay, and you say to yourself, I'm going to do some kindness meditation. I'm going to let my mind focus and settle into the kindness. Maybe you want to set the intention that you're actually going to be practicing beautiful love and kindness. Whatever happens right now is the steps towards something amazing. And then I just want you to think of someone that's really easy to love. One of your favorite people. Could be a family member, could be a good friend. And now imagine that they were sitting in front of you and you were looking at them and you smile at them and they know that you thought of them and they know that you care about them. Just imagine them receiving the little gentle smile, receiving the care. Some of you might feel a smile grow. Some of you might feel a little sweet feeling or a warmth in your heart. You're just going to let that feeling grow. Maybe you can see them smiling back. Maybe you can deepen how you think about caring for them. You really want them to be okay. You want them to feel love. Maybe you want to laugh with them more. Maybe you want to hug them more. Maybe you wish for them to have greater inner peace or mindfulness. Maybe you want them to feel more cherished. In a moment, I'm going to be quiet, and I want you to keep looking at them and guide your own mind. As you look at, practice the caring and shape it in a way that's beautiful for you. I mean, I don't know your relationship. How are you going to make it love, caring, wonderful? And when you're in those nice feelings, take some breath to worry them. And now imagine if you practice this every day, just like lifting weights, you get stronger and stronger, and after a while you lift things that just seem impossible. Imagine just practicing this love and kindness every day, but the beauty of the care is just bigger than you could even imagine. And then make it real when you talk to this person. Put the care in the tones of your voice. Listen, patient, love. What would it be like to have perfect understanding? Nothing but unconditional support. Take a deeper, stronger breath to see how that affects your mind. And then imagine every day, in 5 or 10 minutes, and just loving this beautiful feeling. Yeah. For your best friend and family. You could imagine how you would relate. You talk, they listen, all. you could imagine if you did kindness meditation every day, where you got to the point where you could imagine everyone in the whole world, all of them, and obviously we want them all to care. We want them all to be like. You can imagine if you got to a point where you could think of yourself having love for everything, all your friends, find strangers, for world peace, for all the animals, everything to be safe, cared. And then bring your attention to yourself. I want you to feel love. I want you to have inner peace, calm. Pretty sure everybody else wants to feel safe, love. I'm fairly certain other want you to feel very happy, cared. And take some time, give yourself caring. And when you're ready, you can look around the temple and give a little nod, peace, caring, love to each. And we're going to finish the session with our dedication. So, the things you practice, keep cherishing them, keep practicing them. Dedicate that if you practice every day this week, your week will be better. Dedicate it to the future you. What are you like in 10 years from now, where you've cultivated amazing peace and love, clarity? Dedicate this session to the enlightened you. Dedicate this session to your friends and family, loved, having peace, perhaps having insight, mindfulness, and enlightenment. Imagine a world where everyone is on that straight and narrow path, choosing to be their most loving, wonderful self, making a beautiful world. Dedicate this session, this 2 hours, as a step towards that heaven on earth. Now as we leave, I invite you to bow to the enlightened being, whether that's the enlightened being within yourself, within everyone, all the great teachers that have ever been, or ever will be, all the people who you will ever help through your life and how you will help them be amazing. Just have some special moment with that metaphor of the unshakable enlightenment. And then we'll meet each other out and have some social time. I invite us to wait till everybody's come out before we start to talk. Just so everyone can meditate on the way out.